Now we'll explain the functions of the skin analyzer. There are several different sections on top of the screen. Here you can see 4 circles at the bottom of the screen. We analyze skin problems in 4 categories: sensitivity, pigmentation, skin texture, and aging. And they have different images. There are many widgets in the bottom right corner. The top right of the screen has some functions like screenshot annotation, generating cases, data reporting, and image download. Our skin analyzer is filmed using a 4-color spectrum: natural light, parallel polarized light, cross-polarized light, and UV light. Natural light is simulating a real state of the skin in daylight, just like the skin issues that we can visually see face to face: skin texture, pores, inflammation, sensitivity, and so on. The second one is cross-polarized light. It is a polarizer filtering technology that filters out the oil on the skin surface and reduces the interference of oil reflection. Therefore, it is easier to see the hyperpigmentation, capillaries, and redness underneath the skin. In this image, we can see skin sensitivity, redness, acne, hyperpigmentation, and uneven skin tone. We can also observe the redness, heat map, and the brown images. The third one is parallel polarized light. It also uses a parallel polarizer filtering technology. It suppresses scattered light beneath the skin surface and enhances reflected light so that we can see more clearly some of the skin's texture, roughness, and wrinkles, including pores. The last one is UV light imaging, which uses 365 nanometer UVA light. It utilizes the property of melanin in the skin to absorb UV rays, revealing the superficial and deeper layers melanin. The light blue color is normal skin, such as the eyebrow area on our model. Abnormal skin will have different patterns, such as hyperpigmentation, sunspots, and uneven shades within the skin. All of these can be clearly seen under UV light. You can also see our clogged pores, including the distribution of skin microflora. These fluorescences are different porphyrin reactions of the skin, and these are the UV image skin maps. Besides this, our skin analyzer analyzes 4 categories. The first is sensitivity. There are 5 pictures. The first 2 are the natural light, or RGB, and cross-polarized light, CPL, mentioned before. With these 2 images, we can see the sensitivity of the skin and the pigmentation problems with the naked eye. The next 3 images are mainly used to read our sensitivity issues. The first is the red area. This picture is converted from the cross-polarized light. It mainly separates out the red components, hemoglobin, of the skin and presents different skin problems. This light pinkish white color is normal, healthy skin. It reflects different level sensitivities through different red color. The redder the color, the more the sensitivity. Therefore, in this red area image, we can observe normal skin and severity of sensitivity, including inflammation and rosacea issues. When we zoom in, we can also see some vascular problems such as vascular pigmentation, red blood, and other sensitive issues. If someone says, I can't see the red very clearly and want to see the sensitivity of the skin in a clear image, you can absorb this heat map. This heat map is very similar to the red area map, except it represents the colors differently. Light blue is healthy skin, An unhealthy or partially sensitive skin is classified into 3 colors: green, yellow, and red. Green is mildly sensitive. Yellow is moderately sensitive. Red is severely sensitive. This crimson is extremely sensitive. We can see the skin problem visually with this image. However, the upper eyelids and the lips are excluded from our examination because there are many heme and capillaries, so it shows a darker red. Besides these 2 areas, the other areas are blue, green, yellow, and red in color, from the lightest to the heaviest. Besides this, the causes and symptoms of skin sensitivity can be explored through the redness map. The redness and lesions of the skin can be observed and presented separately from this image. With this image, we can visualize if the skin barrier is healthy and if the capillaries are dilated, to if the skin is susceptible to acne or dermatitis. Let's zoom in on this image, and we can see the spitting of the blood flow, which is more clustered in this area. Looking at the side view, we can see there's this dotted, filamentous, and this flaky kind of red color at the bottom of the skin. This red color is actually indicative of skin sensitivity due to damage to our skin barrier, as well as dilated blood vessels. This is an image of our sensitivity. Then the second picture is pigmentation. There are 5 images under the pigment dimension as well. Pigmentation is divided into different colors, from the surface to the deeper layers. Looking at this one, we see the epidermal pigmentation with the naked eye. For example, there are these little spots, which are pigmented problems that we can observe on the surface. On the top of this cross-polarized light image, we do a conversion to extract this brown or this reddish-brown pigmentation component of the skin. We use this brown color hierarchy to show the distribution of brown pigmentation on the face. If the brown distribution of the darker color, the more local tan pigment distribution. You can see this area underneath the eyelid where there is more tan color. However, in the area of the biting muscle, the brown pigment is lighter, which is healthier. There's less brown pigmentation and it's more evenly distributed. This image map is an observation of a brown spot. It is generally an observation of some pigmented spots associated with brown values. For example, melasma, sunspots, freckles, and age spots, including uneven skin tone and dullness of the face, will be shown in this image. As long as the pigmentation is related to yellow or brown, it will be shown in this brown spot image. The case of melasma, it appears as a patchy, symmetrical distribution on both sides. Sometimes there are also freckles, sunspots, age spots in the corners of the forehead. The third one is the UV image, which is the pigmentation reaction of melanin after absorbing UV light, mainly the pigment of our epidermis. We can clearly see these spots and the gray areas in this image. In addition to this, in this black and white image, you can see the pigmentation problems such as inflammatory hyperpigmentation of the skin due to UV light exposure. You can see from this picture that these clear spots represent pigmentation that has floated to the surface of the skin and can be treated by blasting and extracting, while these gray and gray-black areas indicate that the pigmentation is still in the bottom layer of our skin, between the basal layer and the stratum corneum, and can be treated by choosing ways that can accelerate the metabolism of the pigmentation, or by doing some pre-treatments, so that it doesn't rise up to the surface of the skin. That's how we have different treatments for different layers of pigment. In addition, there is a third dimension to observe skin problems, the skin texture dimension. As mentioned before, parallel polarized light can observe the problem of pores, such as clogged pores, curaceous pores, dehydrated pores, aging pores, and so on. In addition to pores, some wrinkles of the skin can also be observed, including wrinkles at the corners of the eyes, dermatomes, and skin gullies. Also, the porphyrins of the skin, the oils of the skin, and some of the microflora will show a different kind of fluorescence reaction under UV light. The skin can also be observed in the texture dimension. This image allows us to observe if the skin is rough, if the pores are enlarged, and alerts us if we need to do some skin metabolism management or exfoliation management. Finally, you can look at the skin through the aging dimension. The aging grades are analyzed according to the national standards for judging the aging grades of the human body, which were released in 2022. Since wrinkles are significantly different in different areas, we analyze the aging scale in 8 dimensions: headlines, frown lines, eye lines, crow's feet, periorbital lines, wrinkles, corners of the mouth, and brown spots. Our aging scale is divided into 9 grades. 0 represents a very youthful state with no wrinkles, and 8 is a state of severe wrinkles. Next, we're going to talk about the use of the widget in the lower right corner. This cube view shows 3 different images of the front left side of the face and the right side of the face. The penultimate tool is the face contrast analysis tool. The third, reticulator. It will present the horizontal and vertical axis of the face. And when you utilize this grid, you can go and do a quantitative type of analysis for the customer. The little eyes are symptom markers that will express different levels of sensitivity according to the different colors, from mild to severe, indicated by green, yellow, and red, respectively. The first icon displays symptoms data ranging from 0 to 100, with 0 to 33 being mild, 33 to 66 moderate, and 66 to 100 severe. This last clock mark is an aging prediction that predicts the state of the skin from the present moment to the age of 80. Usually during the consultation, we will focus on analyzing the corresponding skin problems through the client's needs. And then through comparative analysis, we will select 2 images from different periods to observe whether the skin problems have improved and which part of the skin needs to be focused on care, and so on. Here, the comparison chart will be very important. In the comparison, we can choose a different image at the same time or the same image at a different time. You can also use the mirror image to do a comparative analysis. You can more effectively guide the customer to start the treatment program. The most common use of the skin tester is to compare the treatment effect. We can use a variety of comparison tools to put the success of the treatment process as a case to show customers. This time you need to use the above gadgets. Upload gadgets. The first is called a screenshot labeling. We can draw their own circle. After we make a good screenshot mark, it will take a screenshot at the top of our screen, where we can choose different colors and shapes. You can also add notes here after you've drawn a circle and label it. Click Save in the upper right corner after you're done marking. After saving, we can see in the case we can choose this kind of figure, and then choose to add a new case. For red pigment, brown class, etc., we can do this comparison. After saving, the case is generated. At a later stage, when we go to explain to the customer, we can quickly mediate the case. This is one of the ways we can add new cases. And another is to add our new cases in the Settings Center. The third module is about viewing reports. Clicking on the View Report will give you an analysis of the data. The data analysis will be based on a comprehensive analysis of our skin condition with the same age, gender, and symptoms. First of all, you can see the comprehensive score, 0 to 33, 34 to 66, and 67 to 100. 3 kinds of ranges into mild, moderate, and severe. The age of the skin will be different from our actual age, going up and down by 5 to 10 years. The 4 dimensions of skin characteristics such as texture, sensitivity, pigmentation, and aging are used to create a composite skin age score. The aging score is 1, 2, and 3. And the more weight is given to the first skin problem, meaning that the feature that most affects the aging of the face is given first place. Therefore, when designing a treatment program, the most influential skin problems need to be addressed first, and then according to the weight of the targeted program to the customer. There are 7 dimensions in the single score: UV discoloration, red zones, pores, porphyrins, texture, epidermal pigmentation, and brown spots, which are also categorized as mild, moderate, and severe. Additional analysis include analysis of sensitivity, the analysis of pigmentation type, the analysis of skin texture, and the analysis of aging. For these, we can target treatments or treatment programs for our customers. In a comprehensive report, it can also be added some special product programs for the clinic, of course. This recommended products need to be based on the actual situation of their own clinics. The customer report, you can choose to print out or scan the QR code on the screen and then share it with your customers. Pigmentation, brown spots, skin texture, pores, etc. can be analyzed after the symptoms to give a score. In the aging section, the focus is on brown spots, where you can see the causes of brown spots. Also, the aging area in the upper right corner gives an overall aging rating and a ranking of the aging factors. Next, we go back to the home page to enter the data center. The skin tester not only does facial testing, but also helps you to do a comprehensive analysis of your clients. You can estimate the frequency of customer visits based on the total number of customers, the number of single test customers, and the number of multiple test customers. And then based on the frequency of customer visits, male to female ratio, age distribution ratio, and the probability of treatment to detect the distribution ratio of the clinic's treatment and to determine the target customers. For example, if the age of my main customers is between 31 and 40, it means that the customer group in my clinic is very concentrated. Find the right customers and ensure that the customers who come to the clinic are the mainstream customers, targeted by the treatment program. The rest is slowly recommended by word of mouth. What are the skin problems of each and every one of these tested clients? We also have a ranking where you know what is the situation of most of the customers in your clinic. For example, if a lot of people have a problem with the texture of their skin, then it's recommended to improve or introduce a little bit of texture improvement treatment programs. For example, if I have this metabolic method of making the skin very fine, or have some of these products, introduce a little bit into this program. If I'm marketing a program on pigment removal, a program on brown spots, then all the people that are in this program on brown spots, I can download and contact and share with. And say we've got a recent program for this condition. This can be targeted to the customers that you are targeting for your program. Lastly, the setting center, where you do the added product management and project management. Click on the plus sign in the upper right corner. And here you can add a new product or add a new symptom, and you just click and save. The purpose of case management is to give customers confidence that they can achieve treatment results. And at this time, we can cite past successful cases to show the customers. The device can give you some preset common speech, of course, and this can also be modified. Then the account management. Account management here is to increase the viewing end. General management has the following functions. Here we can choose the watermark of test, time, and picture according to the actual need. The skin tester is for global users. Change the language in the language settings. Symptom data is generally left on by default. If sometimes it is a bit slow when analyzing, there is too much cache, then go to clear it. Clearing the cache will not affect the data storage. Then there's a feature about members. Skin color ratio and water oil bomb, we can add or return it off where it is procured. The last one is version update. We will update the version from time to time. In the process of using it, if we find something that needs to be optimized, we will do a version upgrade.